Uy!
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Hello everybody! Welcome back to Hello World! Hello Philippines! Hello other parts of the world! So now, due to the insistent demand, suggestions and recommendations, somebody or anyone was just asking me to vlog English, things like that, since they know already and some know already that English is one of my favorite subjects. Okay, it's gonna be like that. So we need to vlog. Uh, this is English. Okay, what are the steps in facing English examination in the future? Okay, I'll be able to give you tips, hints, and clues how to answer well if the examination is English. Okay, so this is gonna be different. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. So what are the steps in studying? First step is you have to familiarize, okay, the type of questions. Okay, this is the first thing, or the first, requirement to remember. Familiarize the types of questions. Okay. Number two. So this is gonna be the basic steps. Number two, understand. Okay. Understand is gonna be just like comprehend. It's just synonyms with each other. So understand or comprehend, or let's say we go to the more deeper, we need to say evaluate. Okay, but that is more deeper. Okay, so before that, we need to analyze. Actually, it's gonna be like in English. First, you have to read. After reading twice, you have to understand or comprehend. Okay, things like that. There are comprehension that is instinct. Okay, meaning it will just come directly into your brain cells without any preparation. And then if you read a statement, paragraph, or sentence, it will just be, flashback or reflected into your memory, or it will be registered quickly into your brain. So these are inborn, ability, academic ability in dealing with English examination, things like that. So you have to read twice, and after that you have to understand and comprehend. And then after comprehending and understanding, so you'll be able to come up with your interpretation. Okay, interpretation of that particular question. Okay, so in order you can interpret that well, then you need to analyze and evaluate. The last is evaluate. Okay, it's gonna be like that. I'm facing English examination. Analyze and evaluate. Okay, so it's gonna be like that. So this is understand. So we go directly to evaluate, right? So it's gonna be like, so understand and evaluate. Okay, the mode, okay, and components of the questions. Of the questions. Get the point? Meaning component of component, how it is being phrased, how it is being emphasized, how it is being declared, how it is being, discussed, or how it is being presented. Things like that, right? So you need to follow those techniques, things like, okay, first read twice, understand and comprehend, and then you have to analyze and evaluate to come up with your interpretation. Okay, things like that. So that's number two. Okay, number three, you need to deal with technicalities. in English. Technicalities meaning the composed of the grammar and the vocabulary, okay, including also the idiomatic expressions or the idioms. If you can still remember in English, right? And we can have also the reporting and writing. So it's gonna be like that. So number three is gonna be, technicalities, okay, in English. Technicalities, right? So it's gonna be, first, it talks about vocabulary, okay, vocabularies. So vocabularies. Okay. Number two is gonna be talking about the grammar. Okay. Number three is gonna be on writing skills. How to make report, things like that. Writing skills. Okay. Things like that. Number four is you're gonna be trying to public speaking or voice out the contents you read. So it's gonna be like public speech or extemporary speaking or things like that. Okay, speech ability. Okay, speech ability. Okay, you get the point. Ganon. Okay, and then number five will be reading. Okay, number six is listening. Okay, now listening is seldom to an examinations in the future because it needs audio to listen with. So it is not usual. This is only specific to a certain industries in a media world, industries that need specific type of question like this, listening. Okay, because normally you will be given several questions in English that is written, only written, not on the audio. So sometimes listening skills will be eliminated. Okay, like that. So some also have, okay, especially in international English examination, things like that. So we'll focus on the vocabularies, the grammar, writing skills, speech abilities, things like that, okay, and reading. Okay, so in this six, okay, the most crucial here is the ability to speak in front of the mob, or mob is also spectators, crowd, audience, or tablet. These are the synonyms of audience, or spectators, like that, crowd, public, things like that. Okay, your live audience, or it could be online audience, things like that, right? Okay, so vocabulary is gonna be like somewhat average to difficult. Grammar is gonna be also average to difficult. Writing skills for me is easy. Okay, because most of the times I excel most of the times in writing skills. Okay, speech also I may excel, but sometimes more on informal speech that I'll be able to do, not the not the senatorial kind of speech or political speech, like a legal speech, something like that. It's just like a form of hosting or emceeing in a particular event, that there's no such organized, okay, of your statements. Your statements will not be organized. So what comes out in your mouth, that will be just it. Okay? No need to prepare things. This is hosting and emceeing our informal speech. Okay? Formal speech is for the public speeches in the government, in the private sector, in training, in a third party training, or it can be also on an in-house training, but not more in that in-house training. It will be a third party training or external training. So their speech there will be formal because they are abiding the systematized section to section what to discuss, things like that. But for informal, you may jump from the first, you may jump to the middle, you may jump to the last, as long as you will have your ability to speak ability to speak, ability to speak, and these are the speech, okay, speech. So speech, like the speech, speeches. So sometimes we need to classify because we need to understand also if this is a countable noun or accountable noun. So we need to be extra clever regarding to what the types of nouns also. As we can remember in English also in our elementary level, we have the, the proper noun, the common noun. It's not only like that. We have also the accountable noun and accountable noun, how you will add s if it is a plural or not, by not adding s singular. And sometimes also there are also nouns that are singular in form but can be also used as plural in a sentence. So, okay, so we need to be alert for that also. Okay, and then we have the vocabulary, so synonyms, the same meaning, antonyms, opposite meaning, homonyms, the same spelling but different in meanings, things like that. Okay, grammar, there's a lot. Okay, grammar, we have the noun, the verb, adverb, pronoun, adjective, conjunction, preposition, things like that. Okay, there's a lot. Okay, so writing skills, it could be writing a feature, writing a slogan, writing a quote, writing an essay, writing an editorial, writing a form of caricature wherein you have the cartoons and then you have to put a caption on it or label on it. So that's also part of writing skills or the slogan making, okay? And then the sports writing, okay? You get the point. And then the novel writing. So these are for the people who have a great contribution to science, to math, or any academic topics. So you need to receive the Nobel Prize Award. This is also writing, right? And it's gonna be informal will be blogging, informal. Blogging and vlogging are informal. There's no such technique to follow. Okay, things like that. Writing skills, there's a lot. What else? Editorial. We have essay. We have sports writing, like the column writing in the in the magazines, the write-ups, the articles. Short story also is part of writing skills. Writing a poem or a poem is also a writing skills also. Okay, and also headlining, captioning, put title. That's part also of writing skills. And of course, writing a report. It's gonna be like whether brief or short report or a long report, lengthy report or whatever. Okay, things like that, or a technical reports, and they're also writing skills. Okay, and then or the higher we have thesis, or or the, what shall we say, the design feasibility writing, feasibility studies. It involves also writing skills under also English technicalities. Okay, and scientific research also is a writing skills. And then speech abilities, I told a while ago, it could be public speech, okay, like that. It could be also training, internal, external, like that. What else? It could be also, shall we say, you are invited as a guest speaker, things like that also. It's part of speech. And also, speech also that requires, abrupt delivery. Abrupt delivery with verbatim words coming out from your mouth, things like that's gonna be not planned, not scripted. You don't have to prepare, so it's extemporaneous speaking. This is very unique, extemporaneous speaking, meaning you are given a title, you'll be the one to talk in the stage, whatever comes in your mouth, as long as it will be aligned to the topic that the board of judges is given to you. Drug addiction. Talk about drug addiction. I'll give you 10 to 15 minutes. And then like that, prepare for 5 minutes at the backstage. It's like a sort of competition because I joined this also in college. So you'll be given 5 to 10 minutes and then you will discuss about that. Each of you have different topics. One, abortion, let's say, mechanical engineering representative regarding about, renewable energy, non-renewable and renewable energies explained. And the other also representative by the business administration, Okay, Commerce Department, College of Arts and Sciences. Their topic also will be, the deforestation, coral reef preservation, greenhouse gases effects to the environment, climate change, and then drug addiction, early pregnancy, divorce, like that. Okay, so many things, topics that this extemporary speaking contest will be able to, emphasize. Okay, it's gonna be speeches. Reading, this is not a competition. You will only read, and after that, you'll be asked questions and you have to answer. Things like, or you have only to read to extract knowledge out of your readings, especially if you're a vlogger also. Okay, informal vloggers are informal teachers. Okay, formal teachers are those who are taking the BS in teaching, education, like that. But all those share knowledge through social media, YouTube that doesn't have acquired teaching units, not graduates of BS in education, Bachelor of Science, those are informal teachers, including also the trainers of different topics. For example, quality management system trainer, environmental management system trainer, things like that. Okay, leadership and supervision trainer, management skills trainers. These are informal. This is not no need of professional education units. Okay, things like that. But these teachers are very rigid. They study really what to teach, what are the methods in teaching, methodologies in teaching. It's totally different. Because if you don't have methodologies in teaching, so you will go. So your words are rambled, though you are maintaining also the main point, but it is not organized. Things like that. Okay, whatever comes out in the mouth, that will be it. Okay, so like that. So these are for people that are good in English, okay, but not majoring in English. Things like that. Because there's also a lot. Okay, you can also say, oh, they're good in English, but they're engineers. Things like that. So, because they say most of the engineers are not good in English, only some, only few, but not true. There's also engineers who are very good in speaking English, have an effective communication skills also. Okay, you get the point. So these are the three steps in studying and facing English examination. First, we have to wrap up the summary for this. We have first familiarize the type of questions. Second, you'll be able to understand and evaluate the mode and components of the questions. Third, you need to in that you need to master the reading, understanding, comprehension, then analyze, evaluate, and then you can come up with your interpretation. Okay. Number three, we have the technicalities, vocabularies, grammar, writing skills, speech abilities, reading, and listening also. But take note also, we have still understanding skills and logical really understanding and logical, okay, relationship tests. Like that. For example, if you're given a story, and then after the story, you need to arrange what comes first, second, third, fourth, fifth in the event of the particular story, or it could be a documentary, something like that. You have to arrange what comes first, what's the last, what's the in the middle. Then you have to arrange. That is a logical relationship organization in English. So there are seven, no? Logical relationship, okay, organization through reading. Okay, like that. This is special, because this is a chronological arrangement, like that. In the story, what comes first, what comes last, and arrange 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if it is not arranged, then you are wrong. Okay. Then reading, meaning to say after you read, then you can understand what you read. Okay, things like that. So this is for English. Steps in studying. Okay, so that you can pass future English examinations, especially if you try to, if you try to be flexible and versatile with your profession, then you can work in America, you can work in Europe. So you are not focusing only in the Middle East. To those people who have extra talents or extra talents in English, okay, things like that. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, but if we cannot make it, we should not force ourselves to become conversant, like that, because we have also limitations. Because it depends on the individuals also. This is a skill, a gift from God also. See, at the time you were born, you will be blessed like that. Sometimes you will not study, it will just, I'm gonna be like this. Starting from 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old. So you have only the feeling that you will not be afraid in front of the audience, then you will speak immediately without preparation. You always volunteer. If your teacher will ask questions, you will normally answer orally, like that. Okay, so you will never be ashamed. You always sit at the front, okay, and voice out your own opinion, like that. And sometimes also, before I forgot, okay, I have also important, it's gonna be the debate and argumentation. Debate, right? But the debate and argumentation, usually, it's not included here because there will be a polarized statements. Polarized, meaning negative, so it would not be agreeing to some points. That's why this is debate and arguments are special type of contest. Things like that. Okay? You get the point. So because you have the positive and the negative, the opposite views, the agreeing views, something like that. Okay, but the general I teach you is just like this. Okay? Get the point. And also very careful in the grammar also the noun and verb agreement. Okay, noun and verb agreement. Okay? Ito pataka ha. Okay, you get the point. So things like that. Okay? So like me, I put my poetry in my USB. I think I have a minimum of 9 poems created or made in my entire years of being me in this world. Okay, because I cannot, when I am alone, I need to write something. So, this is a gift from God. You are imaginative, things like that. And what comes on your mind, you can create a poem, things like that. Poem or a poem is just the same, huh? Or a story, short story, or poetry, things like that. You get the point? So it's gonna be like that. So extra skills, okay? So you can study also, but it's also very difficult to manage all the oral and the written capabilities of professionals. Sometimes weak in speech, more on writing, like that, or more on written. Sometimes more on written, but weak in speech. Okay, so for example, there is a magna cum laude or summa cum laude, but good only in written. But she or he cannot explain verbally or orally in front of the public. Magkanga-kanga siya. Things like that. Okay, so things like that you should be balanced. Okay, 50-50. Okay, gusto sa kanya porket kang bright ka sa oral, written, but you cannot speak in front of the public. So you cannot convey, and you cannot convey and convert your knowledge to be shared to anybody else. You're just focusing to yourself. So meaning to say, you are stagnant to deliver the sharing of information to others. Because knowledge should be shared freely. Okay? It should not be kept in oneself. Because if that is the case, you will never grow. Okay? So part of growing is to share knowledge and ideas to other people. And in return, they will also share to you knowledge and ideas back to you. So every time we deal talking to other people, we can learn knowledge and ideas from them. It's gonna be a give and take relationship, but in terms of ideas and knowledge, right? So that's a wrong attitude, guys. If you keep your knowledge, then Babin, you will die. Okay, you only benefit, but your children, your son, your cousin, your friends did not benefit from your knowledge and ideas. So it looks like you are not fulfilled. But if you share your ideas and knowledge to the next generations, to your relatives, to your son, to your daughters, to your friends, then it would be a fulfillment. Things like that. So it would be a very happy moment, a joy. Joy is higher level than happiness, huh? Joy, G-O-Y. The joy meaning it looks like perpetual. Wow, what is perpetual? Meaning eternal. Meaning say boundless. Meaning infinite. Immeasurable. So these are have the same meanings. Okay? Joy is more like that. It cannot be measured, but happiness can be measured temporarily, things like that. So I'm just happy, but that's just temporary. But if you say joy, it is a higher level than happy or being happy. Actually, there are three. You will be in ecstasy. Ecstasy is also happiness. Ecstasy, joy, gay, and happy. But the word gay is have a different meaning, just like homosexual. But actually, if you refer to the dictionary, gay is being happy. Okay, but do you use this word in abusive manner related to sexuality and sexual orientation or like third sex gender? So actually, that is not the true definition of gay. Gay is to be happy, joy, and you are in the mode of ecstasy, or meaning you are in the mode of euphoria. Euphoria really is higher happiness, huh? Okay, so there are a lot of terms and you need to master vocabularies, huh? Okay, this is not quick. Okay, if you are now ages from 5 years old to elementary level and high school, this can be mastered through time. This is not quick that you're already studying and reading by at the age of 36 years old, 40 years old. It's too late. You will start at a younger age to learn these things, English. Okay, from your elementary level, you are practicing this most of the times during your studies, so it will be too late if you study these things in your college graduation like that. Okay, it should be from the elementary, high school, intermediate, secondary, tertiary, college, and even up to your master or PhD. Things like that. Because, learning and knowledge is a continuous process or continuous cycle, even up to your last breath. Okay, in the planet Earth. So, any questions so far for this English vlogging? Okay, actually, this is on the spot. I never prepared this. Okay, but it comes on my mind because somebody requested me to do this. Okay, one of my miss also is requested is that English. She loves English also vlog. And some also are saying English like that. Because normally I vlog science, health, like safety, blah blah blah, so on. So okay, so I need to be, I don't want to focus in one mastery. I need to be versatile and flexible in my vlogs. To the point, because for me also I will be feel boring if I will focus to one concentration and specialization. For example, I'm graduating in BS Chemical Engineering, but I branched out to become a health and safety and environment professional. Think like I don't want to stuck up, okay, in one only specialization. Get the point? So things like that. I've been also in the quality assurance for almost 7 years also. Okay, so quality assurance meaning various products, could it be chemical products or electronic products? Okay, in the Taiwan Republic of China, I was there in 2004-2007. I was assigned in the quality assurance department, but our product is an electronic products, not chemicals. But the principles of quality management system standards are also applicable. It doesn't mean that only chemicals. All types of products, the quality systems to be followed are just the same. Okay, the monitoring, the quality controls, things like that. Okay, you get the point. Inspection and testing. Okay, like that. How to solve complex problems or problem-solving techniques, things like that with regards to the products, failure and test analysis of the products. Then you have to analyze to minimize the rejects. Okay, things like that for the conformance to quality standards specifications. And for customer satisfaction also, environmental friendly, and also it's gonna be friendly users, products also. Okay, it's nice to use, handy, things like that. Okay, and then environmental friendly, and also that conforms also to the safety standards, of course, right? Quality and safety standards into the environment. Okay, not only user friendly. You get the point. It thinks that your products must meet that criteria. Again, safety, quality, environment, and user friendly. Okay, four. And the last criterion will be the in terms of monetary, okay, in terms of economics, meaning to say it is not expensive but quality, things like, or will endure to how many years, or sustainable. Okay, the product will be sustainable for a matter of 10 years, 15 years. That goes back with quality, right? You get the point, but it's another thing about, cost effective, or talking about the economics, right? Or the monetary. So that's also considered, okay, for releasing the products. Safety, quality, environment, user friendly, how to use it properly, and in your comfort zone, in your convenience, and then it's also cost effective because not all people in the world are rich. So you should project to the average so that you can gain more profit. Okay, you get the point, things like that. So you need to study quantity versus quality also. Okay, because remember, China is booming. Okay, but China is more on quantity concept, quantity rather than the quality. But the quality is gonna be the, in the average like that. But they are booming now, and America is very jealous with them. Okay, because products in China are penetrating in whole, United States of America. Okay, they are not buying their own products because cheaper and at the same time average quality. I'm not saying high quality, average quality. Okay, and they are more on quantity. Republic of China, and they are acting now number one in economy. In economy, I'm not telling the gross capital revenue. Okay, I'm telling only for the economy. Okay, you get the point, for the products distribution all over the world. The China, the sleeping giant. Am I correct? China is a sleeping giant. I forgot in my social study or history, but I remember, Philippines is the pearl of the Orient Sea, o ganon. The land of the rising sun is Japan. Okay, the land of the setting sun is Thailand. Okay, it's gonna be like that. Okay, Philippines is the pearl of the Orient Sea, and it's gonna be like China is a sleeping giant. Forgive me if I forgot, because we are studying in our high school, we are enumerating the continents, right? Asia, America, Europe, Australia, like that. And then each continent have description. Okay? And then I cannot forget that Japan. Japan is the land of the rising sun. Okay? And I cannot also forget the Thailand. Thailand is the land of the setting sun. Wow. Okay? And Philippines, the pearl of the Orient Sea. Charot. And the sleeping giant is gonna be China. Okay? Correct if I'm wrong. Okay? Because it's gonna be either China or India, because the land area is so big and the population is so big, but I forgot. Okay? You get the point. So I doubt it's China, right? Correct if I'm wrong. Just comment down below in the comment section. Okay, regarding continents. Okay, and I think the smallest continent is Australia. Sorry if I forgot. Australia is the smallest continent. Okay, forgive me if I'm wrong. That's what I remember in my brain cells. Okay, on the spot. You get the point. Thank you so much for watching this steps in studying in facing future English examination. This is good only for people who need to extend their service or their profession to globally. Okay, so Europe, America, like this, Asia, Middle East, like just rotating in the globe. Okay, like that. Me, I'm working part of Asia already, and okay, but I need to go to another like Europe and America in the future. Okay, but I still don't know. Okay, I'm still in the process, but Okay, thank you so much for watching this vlog. Okay, it's gonna be like that. So I hope you enjoy also. You can comment down below in the comment section, and you can share also to anybody else. Thank you so much for this vlog. I hope you like it. Okay, you can subscribe my YouTube channel if you want. This is science, health, safety, and music. Okay, but for now, it's like a personal vlog. Di siya pasok sa banga, but somebody requested me to vlog this. Okay, once in a while na talaga siya. Okay, get the point? Things like that. So in elementary and high school, very common, right? English examination, especially in college entrance examination, and also in the industries hiring examination. There will always be an English examination, particularly the vocabularies, things like that. Okay, you get the point. Entry level examination in a certain, let's say, multinational company, international company, things like producing products not limited in their own country. These are multinational or international countries. Of course, those countries that produce products by their own only, they will not have an English examination because their product will not reach other countries. That's common sense. But if their products will reach to other countries, they have examination really for their hired people because they will use them in the future to be the representative, to explain the products to other countries, things like that, and become the ambassador of their products for the promotion, okay, like, and upholding the positive and the good features of their products to gain more profit for business sustainability, things like that. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye. God bless everybody. See you later in my next vlog. So again, related also to English examination in the future. Bye bye. See you later. Disirit adyo kong baka, no? Dalaw ka. Disirit yun. In fairness. Nakakaloka. Hello mga palangga kong hitad. Babosh!